And we are back with another one. Bryan Broaddus shamed me into driving in today. It's okay. I drove slow. I left early. Drove slow today. Yeah. Got here safe. Like, hit the tolls. It was just a regular day. I hit my 70, 80 miles an hour. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just got here and everything was good. You know, was good to go, Bryan. So we'll be back tomorrow. We're back on our regular schedule.
Well, no, I appreciate that. You know, and I appreciate everybody out there that's kind of hanging out with us and stuff on this too. I know it's important, you know, and getting the content out. And like I say, I have a great team here at Crown Global Media with Zach Rowe, with Caitlin Johnson, Steve Karakoff, everybody here trying to put the content out. And I thank you, boss man, for making the trip in.
Man, it ain't no problem, man. Everybody that made a lot more trips than I have, Bryan, so it's all good. We got some questions today, Bryan. I had a little Q&A, a little something. I hit the bat signal. Let me tell you my favorite question off the rip, Bryan. I say, y'all got
Smalls
questions?
come up with one?
Smalls in here. Yeah, Smalls normally does a great job.
I might hire Smalls just to be question guy.
Smalls is fantastic. I'm sending a little something to his Cash App there.
Yeah.
Smalls, put your Cash App in the comments there. I'm going to do something. I put out the bat signal. Hey, y'all got a question for me and Broaddus?
Yeah.
Somebody responded and said, I ain't making fun of you, dog, but somebody responded and said, yeah, where do I submit the questions? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do I submit the questions for y'all to answer them? Right there.
Right there.
Right there on the post.
I'm making it easy for you.
You asking the question right now. So it just, if anybody was unclear, because I saw somebody else say, hey, where do we post questions? When I go on Twitter and I say, y'all got a question for me and Broaddus?
Yeah.
Go right in that comment, type your question, hit send.
Yeah.
I'll see it.
There you go.
I'll see it.
That's simple.
There we go.
That's simple.
And we try to pull the best 7 or 8 of them, and we go from there.
Yeah.
But Bryan, Dom said this. Dominic White. He's
Oh yes.
He's a man out here in the streets.
He is a man out there in the streets. I see Dom a lot.
Big following out there on Twitter at Dom W White. Appreciate you, brother. I know the answer to this already, but that's why I pulled it.
Like, there was a show before your time called Perry Mason.
I know Perry Mason.
He was a lawyer.
Yeah.
Never asked a question he didn't already know the answer to.
That's the game, Bryan. Dom says, how much do all these all-star games and practices cause you to reassess your evaluations?
Yeah, this is a good question.
TJ Parker been shining at the Senior Bowl, boy.
There you go.
But his 2025 tape wasn't nearly as good as his 24 tape.
There you go.
Did Clemson have something to do? Did Clemson have something different going on in 2025 than it did in 24? I thought that was interesting. Then he also said Lee Hunter has been another dominant interior D lineman. Yeah. So Dom, you asked a phenomenal question that I think got some layers to it. The first answer is, does a good Senior Bowl day change how I feel about the player? Does it make me reassess the player? No, not at all. Because if I watch enough film, then I think I have all the evidence I need. Mm-hmm. If I see you having a phenomenal day at the Senior Bowl, I will ask and go, why?
Why?
I'll ask why. I'll try to gather some clues here. And, it'll sound like I'm hating a little bit, right? I'm like, okay, well, that kid from Wisconsin Whitewater ain't going to challenge TJ Parker in the way that some of the guys that he ran across on film or whatever, right? Or I could be watching TJ Parker and go, on TJ Parker's film, he doesn't really have a counter. He's long arm or nothing guy.
Right.
And you watch a couple of TJ Parker reps at Senior Bowl, he got that one long arm.
He got that long arm. He sure does.
If he's more talented than the Wisconsin Whitewater kid, the long arm going to work every time.
Absolutely.
But what happens if that's Jordan Mailata?
Right.
That goes into you see what I'm
Donovan
saying?
Ezeraku learned that.
Donovan learned perfectly.
Yeah, try and play that long arm with a guy that's 360
They're going to grab your
pounds.
shit.
Yeah, they're going to grab you.
They're going to grab you. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to grab your arm and throw you aside, yeah.
So my assessment of TJ Parker hasn't changed. He's dominating Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
But he's doing it in the way that, we see flashes on film.
We absolutely do.
But when he doesn't flash is because he doesn't have a change-up move, he doesn't have a counter, he doesn't have a plan. I'm seeing some of the same things. Another layer to your question, Brian, I'm going to let you run this. Another layer to your question is, when his tape in 25 isn't as good as his tape was last year, your comment will make me do more research than his Senior Bowl stuff will.
Right.
I can watch a Senior Bowl and I'll go, I've seen what I have to see, right? But if Dom go, well, but Voch, I feel like he had a phenomenal 24 season. That's much better than his 25 season. I'll go look. Won't hurt to look. I think a good example of this is Will Johnson last year.
Yep.
Cornerback from Michigan. Goofy looking 24.
Very goofy.
Phenomenal 23 season.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets to the league, He's just fine.
Just fine.
So just your comment saying, oh, last year he was better, that'll make me do a lot more research. And then if he has a better 24 on film, I'll tweak something. But for the most part, I'm not moving him just because he whooped some people at Senior Bowl practice.
Yeah, this is, and really, I love the question because he's not wrong. Mm-hmm. But what you're seeing is a stack player of probably 20, maybe 23, 24. That's probably going to
on my stack,
on a stack player.
30-something, 40-something for me.
Okay, no, but fair. I'm just trying. I'm trying to get an idea.
He's a 2. He's a 2 for me.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying.
2 for me. Yep.
You're seeing a second round player playing against guys that are probably 4th, 5th round players.
Yes, sir.
And so what? And listen, you're not wrong, but what you are seeing is if it was equal on equal. Mm-hmm. You would maybe see him have some of the issues that he had in 25.
Yeah.
I could watch him and watch it. And I was just watching tape on him this morning because I was kind of curious, like, okay, I'm seeing this.
Yep.
Long arm. Okay, ball goes away. Now watch him run from back by the quarterback to go get the football. Yeah. That's where you see TJ Parker.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, second round dude is running a lot faster to the ball than defensive guys that are 4th, 5th round guys that are standing around waiting. Mm-hmm. You could see the burst and all that. Yep. And you're absolutely right about the competition. I'm not saying that the guys he's going up against are terrible players. I'm just telling you, you're seeing a second round guy mixed in with some players, and I mean this is no disrespect to Drew Fabianich and the guys at the Senior Bowl. I think they've assembled a good roster. Sure. It's a hard job to put this thing together, but you are really seeing like a player who is a second, third round, depending on what you have on your board. You're seeing him compete with players that are 4th, 5th, 6th round players. And it's going to look different. Yeah. It's going to look way different. Now, where Voch is right, you do need to go back. And where it makes you pause a little bit is like, okay, what was going on in 24? Sure. You could say the same thing about Keldrick Falk from Auburn. Say the same thing. Like, why did he have so many sacks?
I would have loved to see him in one of these settings too.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, to me, I would want. You're going to make me go back and watch 24 of Keldrick Falk because I need to figure out. Well, why the drop off? Mm-hmm. Talent around him, better competition, technique got better, got poor. Where are we at with all this? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and he is right about Lee Hunter, 6'4", 320 pounds. There's a lot of these one techniques in this draft. Lee Hunter is one of those guys you have to be excited about, tech.
Now, I will say you do gain something from your Senior Bowl stuff.
Absolutely.
I just wait.
I love the competitive part of it.
Love competition.
Yeah.
I love competition. I just weigh film 90%. But if you one of those dudes at the Senior Bowl, it's kind of like, fighting an old woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, if you beat up the old woman, you beat up the old woman.
Yeah.
Don't let that old woman beat you. You know what I'm saying? So if you TJ Parker, you supposed to be whooping everybody here.
Right.
Because of your namesake and your draft hype or whatever, right? If TJ Parker go out there, flop around and lose a bunch of one-on-ones, you plummet.
Yeah.
You plummet down my board. If TJ Parker show up and he don't look prepared, or Mellow Height, if all those guys that I think highly of, that I have a 1 or a 2 grade on, I need to see y'all go out there and really dominate for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our pass rusher from Michigan, Derek Moore, beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
I can look at that and go, okay, Derek Moore, you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Caleb Banks still run down the middle of people. I go, man, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hadn't changed much.
So to be fair, something happens. I do take it into account, but I'm not gonna move my grade a whole bunch.
Right.
If anything, it'll make me go and watch some more film.
Yes.
Just like combine, running fast don't make me move you up the board.
Yeah.
If I watch more film because you ran faster than I thought,
Yeah.
and then in your film I go, okay, you was a little faster than I thought.
The thing you have to always worry about with the combine, and we'll get to that, is the ability to train for the combine.
Okay, be losing weight and they be showing up flying
And exactly.
running fast as hell.
And see, that's what I'm saying about never has so much been made of a guy putting his hand at the line and running 40 yards. Nothing more they ever made for that.
Yeah.
And so to me, this is where you have to be careful. There was a time, Voch, way back in the day, in the 90s, early 90s when I started working in the league, that the players didn't know the drills. They didn't know what was about to happen. They kind of couldn't train for the shuttle, or they couldn't train for the backpedaling or the gauntlet or any, these. We've added a lot of new drills thanks to Ted Thompson, God rest his soul, from the Packers. Teddy came up with, he was on the committee, came up with a lot of different drills. And they used to not know those drills. So players couldn't prep for them. Now you could go back and watch, because of television, go back and watch and train for drills. Oh, we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do the Raider drill of pedal, open, pedal, open, pedal, open. You can now see the drills and go train for these drills.
Sure.
And you can make it, Mike Mamula was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, 7th overall in a draft because of a combine workout from Boston College.
That's crazy.
Good player.
Darius Hayward-Bay was another one.
Yeah. These guys that get, so you got to be a little bit careful about the workouts itself. But maybe, hey, if a guy can run, a guy can run. If a guy can lift weights, he can lift weights. But your assessment of 90% film is not wrong.
90% film.
Whatever they put on that film is generally the type of player you're going to get.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Then all-star games would be like another 5%.
Yeah.
And like my own preconceived superstitions, maybe another 5. You know what I'm saying?
Gut feeling.
Gut feeling is what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Your gut feeling, because and you draft that way. Let's be honest, setting your board.
Sure.
Sometimes players look exactly the same to you. At one tight end might look the same as a linebacker grade-wise. You're thinking, which one of these guys? Same guy. Yeah.
Fair enough. Bryan. So I was just scrolling through Twitter, pulled like 2 more questions, Bryan.
Yeah.
I got a phenomenal one for question of the day. But we'll get to it. Till then, though, Stop Drinking Cowboys Kool-Aid says, Voch and Bryan.
Yeah.
Well, he says, Voch, why don't you like tradebacks? He said, can y'all do a tradeback show? Nah. I think people are way too comfortable with the tradeback mock drafts, Bryan. I think we have to do an exercise where you get Daniel Jeremiah's Doomsday mock and sit through that bitch.
Yeah.
You just got to sit through it and make a decision.
And act like the golden phone ain't ringing.
The phone ain't. That's my problem, Bryan.
Yeah.
See, Bryan, this is what people want Jerry to do. They want Jerry to call Minnesota and say, hey, Minnesota, we don't want to draft here.
Yeah.
Why don't you come up here and draft here where we don't want to draft?
We need you to come from 18 to 12 and give us something.
And give us all your day 2 picks.
Yeah.
I seen somebody mock draft where they trading back twice, and they didn't pull picks from next year, Bryan. Yeah. That don't happen. If it happens, we got a lot of shit to talk about. Yeah. But the Cowboys stay in there and they make them first-round picks for the most part.
They do.
They trade back sometimes, Bryan, but for the most part, they hang in there and make them picks, man.
Yeah.
Bryan, I can't stand a mock draft with a whole bunch of trade backs on it. I just personally can't. Yeah. I want to be uncomfortable, and we'll do mock drafts at some point.
For sure.
I want to be so uncomfortable to where I go, you know what? Nobody thinks Cassius Howell is the 12th overall player.
Right.
According to my board, I got to do it right here.
Right.
Because I respect my board.
Right.
Or, man, we got wiped out of everything. They even took Cassius. Lord, they even took Cassius, y'all. Mm-hmm. Man, I just got to take Jordan Tyson.
Yeah.
I got to take the receiver from Arizona State.
Yeah.
As the Cowboys. It ain't great, but nobody called. Nobody picked up the phone.
Yeah.
I got wiped out and nobody picked up the phone. Well, I'm going to just not draft, wait for the time to run out, and then just go to the next pick and just draft at 13? Nah, man. You got to take your best guy. You either going to reach or you're going to take the best guy at some spot that you don't need, but you gotta be able to smile through it. That's what I want people to understand. If the Cowboys draft Jordan Tyson, man, it's going to suck that
wide receiver from
Arizona State.
Yeah.
It's going to suck that you didn't get a defender.
Yeah.
But I like Jordan Tyson.
Yeah. He's in the stack. He's one of your
He's my wide receiver 1.
15 best players. Yeah.
First round grade on him.
Yeah.
I got to be comfortable taking him.
Yeah.
The running back, I got to be comfortable
address your
taking.
board. I appreciate everybody that's ever followed along with us about not window dressing boards. Mm-hmm. You got to put those guys where you will take them.
Yeah.
Not sit there and say, oh, because Mel Kiper or Daniel Jeremiah or Dane Brugler told me to put the guy here.
Yeah.
What your eyes told you where to put the guys.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I appreciate that because I've sat there and prayed for the phone to ring. Mm-hmm. Prayed.
Yeah.
And listen, the good Lord's got more things to worry about than me in a draft room.
Sure.
But they, there's things that happen that you feel like, okay, you might be a little stuck.
Yeah.
But if you did your board the right way, take the guy there. Take the guy off the stack. Take him. Just go ahead and take him.
Because you watched the film and you liked him.
Well, look at the example for like the Zach Martin thing.
Yeah.
When Ryan Shazier goes off the board ahead of them, all of a sudden Jerry's like throwing the Johnny Manziel line in there, and Jason Garrett and everybody. No, Jerry, Zach Martin, mm-hmm. Zach Martin. That's the next card. Yeah. Zach Martin, next card. Nothing wrong with that. But you got to feel, like you said, a little uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. This thing doesn't always just kind of roll down and everything's just hunky-dory. Yeah. Sometimes somebody will take somebody, you're like, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
And I think it happened to Dallas a little bit last year. Mm. I think it happened to Dallas last year a little bit. I think they were kind of thinking about
they wanted Genty and McMillan. Yeah.
And McMillan. I think all of a sudden it was mock draft world. It was Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Ashton Genty's going to go before. Yeah. Wait a minute. Tedro McMillan. McMillan. Ah, damn. He just went to Carolina. What? Where did that come from? And now it's.
I like Booker, though.
Tyler Booker.
I like Booker.
Pick Tyler Booker. Here we go.
And they like Brock Hoffman.
Yeah.
And they like TJ Bass.
Yeah.
Hey, Booker's our best guy.
Yeah.
And it works.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you get a little uncomfortable, it's okay. Yeah. But folks, trust me, I sat in those war rooms for 13 years. The phone doesn't always ring, and you could try and make it. You could try. Dallas did it one year. They lost a guy. It was that draft, and we'll have Tom Siskowski on here on our show sometime, who was running the draft, the Cowboys, and it was that Sharif Floyd draft. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, what did they do? Like Rod Marinelli's like, I don't want Sharif Floyd at this pick. They bailed, I believe. They just bailed it.
Yeah. Went
all the way down the board, and got less value from San Francisco. Yeah. But that's what happened. They just blew the hatch, dove for the bottom of the ocean, and they took Travis Frederick, which worked out. But everybody was kind of like, well, okay, Travis Frederick, that's kind of a third-round grade right there on that, But, yeah, we were wrong about him, or I was wrong about him. He's a better athlete than us.
Yeah. Brian, Voch says this. What's stopping Jeremiah McCoy, cornerback from Tennessee, from falling in the draft like Revel did last year?
I think he's actually going to work out. I think we're going to see him. I've seen clips of him already with defensive back trainers.
Because Revel was out for a year.
And I think what hurt Revel was the fact that the thing that hurt him for this season, Voch, was him getting re-injured. He got re-hurt. Not to the point where they had to have surgery, but they had a setback. So I think with McCoy, I think you're going to get a workout. I think you're going to get a physical. Well, first you're going to get a physical. You're going to get a workout. And there's going to be I don't think there's going to be any limitations before the draft. Mm-hmm. He is going to be a clean green player once we hit this thing in the end of April. Because I think people will be able to go and move him around. Defensive back coaches will be going and work him out. Yeah. I don't think he'll have the issues that we've seen with Ravel and those guys.
Sure would be nice if he fell a little bit for you, though. If he just kind of dropped down the board.
Yeah.
Maybe you just scooped him up at 20. Sure would be nice. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we've had these discussions. I know myself and Aisha and Zach, you know, with you now. The thing about, do you take Delane from LSU? Would you put Delane over McCoy just because you've seen the 2025 tape?
On my board, I go based on talent from whatever film I've seen.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking McCoy from his injury or his lack of 25 tape. I just think McCoy is a better corner than Delane.
I do too. I have him higher than Delane.
Now, if Delane goes out there and ends up a better player, then fine. It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
But McCoy's 24 tape is better than Delane, Revel, Will Johnson's last year, Jade Barron. Jermon McCoy's 24 tape is so stupid. Yeah. It's so stupid good. And he got that playoff in him. So you get to see him versus all the big schools. Like he got the Ohio State, Bama. I think he got Georgia on his resume too. And he just goes out there and just
shuts people down.
Run around with everybody, Brian. Yeah. That dude's 24 film is ridiculous. And if his knee is fine, if his knee is truly fine, he wouldn't make it to 12 if his knee is fine. But we'll be lucky to have. But that's a conversation we got to have, though. You know, like when Dante Moore from Oregon went back to school, that really threw a monkey wrench in all y'all mock drafts, man. Because that's just one less dude. That's one less dude to give you the players you want. Now you really need teams to suck at drafting.
Yeah.
You really need teams to suck at drafting.
There was a Bucky Brooks draft, I think, that went out yesterday. And, man, it was like the mother load of whoever you wanted to take. Like, you can take Bain.
Cowboys had everybody available?
I mean, you had everybody available on his draft. But I think Daniel Jeremiah did it in a way with none of those wide receivers going and all those defensive players being taken. And I'm sure when we start to talk to people how they stack their board when we get down to it in April, I'd be interested to see if the stack is going to be more deep, that all those corners are more highly rated than Tyson, Tate, Tyson from, again, Arizona State, Tate from Ohio State, and Lemon from USC. I'm going to be curious if the corners that we like are all stacked higher than the wide receiver group.
Do you think the Cowboys are? Do you think the Cowboys?
I bet you their board is.
Do you think they have wide receiver off their board?
I don't think so. I don't think so. They're going to stack. They're going to try not to window dress this thing. Yeah. But my gut feeling is that they're going to have those corners way higher than they have those wide receivers. Yeah. And maybe there might be one wide receiver in that mix, but there's not going to be three. They're praying that every one of those wide receivers goes
early.
They're praying. Let's be honest. The draft is really going to start at 2.
All you need is 1.
Yeah, the draft's starting at 2. It ain't starting at 1.
Yeah,
the quarterback. It ain't start. You knew. Okay,
Mendoza's
he's gone.
Yeah,
the draft's going to start at 2 for the Cowboys. So now you have to weather the storm for 10 picks. Basically, is what you have to do.
All you need is one receiver to go in that top, and you'll have some defender.
Yeah,
I don't know what defender. That's accounting for the running back and the 2 tackles going.
Yeah.
If you get one receiver, 2 tackles, and one running back up there, then one of those defensive players will fall to you.
Right.
Somebody got to fall to you at that point. But we just don't. That's why I just say send the shit to Vegas and just let's go get Max and get this over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just send a pick to Max. And because Vegas will love the opportunity to draft a wide receiver.
Let me ask you this real quick, if I could.
Please, we ain't doing that now.
If in fact that Dallas is aggressive in free agency, how open are you to drafting an offensive player?
If they go stupid in free agency, Brian, I'm still leaning defense.
Yeah.
But I'll be more open to it depending on the offensive player.
Yeah.
I mean, because just like watching how like playoff football played out, even if they stack it up Still, go ahead and add another rush because you need those.
Right.
Go ahead and add another corner because you need those. But when I think about the offensive lineman or whatever, right, I don't think I would consider those. The one offensive player I'm thinking about it constantly is that running back, Brian.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That's the one dude I'm thinking like, okay, well, how much does the needle move by drafting one of the offensive tackles? I don't think the needle moves all that much. I think you can live with what you got. Whether that's Terrence Steele or Nate Thomas, you can live with whatever you got. I don't think the needle totally moves that far for wide receiver. Of course, a wide receiver would push Flo down.
Yeah.
Flo's not a game breaker, but Flo's a good player. I don't think it moves the needle all that much, Brian. I think Jeremiah Love is a massive jump. I think it pushes you to a massive jump. And I know you can find a free agent to do the job for you. Man, bro, I was looking up numbers. Nicholas Singleton that we just broke down yesterday.
Yeah, Penn State.
I went and looked up his just some of his numbers. He had like 20-something broken tackles or whatever. Right? I was like, all right, cool, 20-something broken tackles.
40-something the other guy.
Jeremiah Love had 54.
54. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just beating the shot the rest of the people. I went to go look up. I just want to have the running back numbers in front of me. Big plays, right? 10 plus plays.
I know 15 plus was the one I was looking at.
Right.
Yeah.
Nick Singleton maybe had like 8 or 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Jeremiah Love got like 30 or 40. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to it. And I like Javonte Williams. And the Cowboys do too. Stephen Jones just said it. Yeah. Hey man, we talked to, we don't know about Pickens now. Don't ask me nothing about Pickens.
Yeah.
But we've talked to Javonte's people. Like I think they're gonna want to get Javonte back. But I hope that don't stop them from getting Jeremiah Love. Javonte is doing great with the system that's presented to him. Jeremiah is taking pass attempts away from Dak Prescott type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Would you consider this the Jeremiah Love pick at 12? Would you consider that very CeeDee Lamb-like?
Brian,
in a way, I mean, yes. Like how just because you were thinking edge, the whole time in that 17, you were thinking they were going to draft a defender.
Brian, to this day, I'd be sick if we drafted Chason instead of CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
I'd be sick if we would have drafted Chason. You need a Chason. Yeah. Well, Chason's better now, and it took Chason like 4 years to get going for real. For real, like Chason's cool now.
Got to a plot.
He's fine now, but you'd have been sick if you'd have passed on CeeDee Lamb. I think Jeremiah Love's one of those guys, Brian.
Do you really?
I think he's one of those guys that'll. Man, dog, I saw Sam Darnold win a playoff game with 120 passing yards, man. You know what I'm saying?
Your attitude about that's really changed.
It's changed so much, bro. I still want to be great offensively, though.
Right.
That's my difference. I still believe in both.
Right.
As an offensive dude, I believe in both. But build your defense, but I can get that Notre Dame. If we get wiped out, and it's all right, Voch, we either gonna reach, we can't trade back, Fong ain't, but the running back there, man, give the fucking running back.
In your heart, if a guy like Downs is on the board at 12 and Love's on the board,
you have to run and get Downs.
Yeah, but in your heart, you would probably when you're doing it when it comes to Dallas's pick and they come to you and they say, Voch Lombardi, give us your thoughts. You're going to say, I understand why we would take Downs here.
Yeah,
but I'd like to go on record to say Love would be incredible. I would love to take Love over Downs right now.
Jeremiah Love would be incredible here.
Yeah.
Yep. That's kind of.
I mean, you could say it,
and I'll take Downs.
Yeah,
but go ahead and do it before I change my mind.
Are you going to stack? Are you going to stack Love over Downs?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think so. I love Jeremiah Love. I'm gonna probably stack Downs higher. Downs like a top 3 player in this.
How about with Bailey and then Bain?
How do I stack those 3?
Well, no. Would you stack Love over Bailey or Bain?
I got
Miami, Bailey from
I'll probably have Love over Bailey.
Okay.
And probably not Bain.
Yeah.
Probably not
I kind
Bain.
of feel the same way.
Probably not. Yeah.
I agree with you. By the way, you're talking to the guy who absolutely loves the running backs.
Yeah.
And I get crushed for wanting to sign every one of them. I think, and it goes back to a little bit, I guess, with John Snyder, my guy in Seattle. John will draft a running back. John, if they gave John 6 picks, he'd take 6 running backs. He'd find 6 running backs he likes.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I agree with you about what Love could do in this offense. And if you got to the point where it was take Love or Colton Hood from Tennessee,
Take Love for sure. I'm running to take Love. Yeah. And like think about the teams that Dallas is like directly competing with. They spent resources on running back. 49ers, Packers, Eagles, they spent big resources in running back. We probably won't pay, with the money or whatever, like free agency or whatever trade, but man, you could spend a draft pick to get a top tier high quality running back so your quarterback ain't got to throw as much. Hell yeah. That was a good, that was a good look.
I was, I'm honestly proud of you for I think you're the only guy that I've ever done this with that has an appreciation for running backs.
I appreciate running backs even more now. I know what Jeremiah Love can do.
What can he bring?
And I've seen what Javonte, man, look, respect to Javonte, man. He ain't no game breaker like that. He ain't going to do it by himself.
No. But the blitz pickup, we didn't see any catching of the ball very much.
Jeremiah Love in this offense
could break things open.
I've seen Bijan in Atlanta with some nonsense. Arthur Smith throwing the ball to I don't even know old boy name. I've just seen some nonsense from Atlanta how they handle Bijan. And Bijan try his best to keep their ass in the game, Brian. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, just imagine that dude on this offense, and this run scheme with this O-line, with this passing combo with the dudes on the outside. It's perfect for any running back. Why wouldn't Jeremiah Love want to come play here?
Yeah.
We're going to revisit this, Brian, but I think it's something to the idea that corners be falling, running backs be falling, and safeties fall. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Teams get real nerdy over position value. Somebody is going to take wide receiver. They're going to overdraft offensive line like they always do. I don't think you get more than one quarterback. This just ain't that class to do it. But, man, Brian, I think they're going to find a way to make the safety or the running back fall to us.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to make a prediction. I know we've got a couple of months left in this thing.
All right.
I think the safeties are going to get drafted higher than a lot of people we've seen in the past. I think the safety group is going to get drafted. I think you might see a couple of first-round safeties, and I know damn good and well you're going to see a lot of second-round safeties. Safeties might. It's usually, oh no, we can wait. We can do. We can wait on the safety and all that. No, we can. We don't have to. The quality of the safeties in this draft.
Sure.
I think will make people want to draft them earlier. And another position, and I think the position it might suffer just because I don't think the depth of it is very good right now. Offensive tackle.
Probably so.
This offensive tackle group is below where we've seen it in the last 2-3 years.
Agree. Yeah, agree. And Brian. Brenton Stinson said, "Would you try to trade Jake Ferguson to get a 3-back?" I'm trying to keep my guys. For the most part, I'm trying to keep my guys. I don't want to trade away a starter just because, I'm fine.
I was impressed, and this is where I'll give Lunda Wells some credit. And by the way, congratulations to Coach Wells for the victory and as the head coach of the. And we might not have Lunda Wells here anymore. Lunda Wells might end up in Pittsburgh. I think he interviewed with the Jets. He's kind of making the rounds right now. But I'd like to say what he's done with Brevin Spann-Ford.
Sure.
Going into the season, you and I, when we were talking about it, like what was one of the, give me a wish. Give me a wish for what you'd like to see the Cowboys. I'd like to see Brevin Spann-Ford catch the ball a little better.
Throw the ball to Brevin, yeah.
And I felt like he did that. So you got to give him credit, but you also got to give. I'm a Jake Ferguson fan, so I'm probably not going to make that move.
Yeah. I did watch my guy Trigg from Baylor though, and I was.
What'd you think?
I was like, all right, hey.
You see him? Gotcha.
Again, my guy Smalls HD.
Yep.
We ain't got a lot of first round graded talents in this draft, Brian, but he's asking, what's more important? That the player fits or his actual talent? When we're going to draft and we stacking our board and we ain't got a lot of first round talents on the board, man. So when we at 12th overall and we on the clock, I know we got to follow our board, but that process of stacking those guys, Brian, are we going to lean more towards the guys that fit us, or are we going to lean into more true talents?
I think I lean to the talent. You know, this is where I'm maybe I'm a little bit different. If this coach does a great job of turning things around,
Sure.
all of a sudden this is a top 15 defense and Dallas is in the playoffs and maybe they get the divisional game, actually win a game, you know, something like that.
Sure.
This coach is probably going to get opportunity to go elsewhere. So all of a sudden, if you're drafted on fits, what's the next guy? I mean, what if you don't get the same guy?
You just drafting Van Ginkels now.
Yeah. So why to me, I'm trying to get the guy that's the most talented and pray my coaching staff will actually do something with the talent.
That's the key right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key.
If you know what, if I'm hiring coaches that can't adjust with the talent, then I shouldn't be hiring coaches.
That's real. That's real.
That's a problem.
Voch says this, Brian. Would you rather the Cowboys have a better draft or a better free agency? How the Cowboys have free agency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Cowboys not going to go and spend no big dollar in free agency.
Man,
But you know what, though?
that is a really good question.
You know what? The Cowboys, Voch says this. You know, the Cowboys got real good at finding the cheaper dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bottom fishing.
I understand that Kenneth Murray didn't work.
Yeah.
He should probably have been pulled off the field much sooner.
Right.
That was like a trade, though. But it's like they really hit on Javonte Williams. They hit on Solomon Thomas, Jadeveon Clowney. Like, they really hit on those guys.
Yeah.
Brian, what you think need to be better? I'll even say this. Bottom fishing free agency or the actual draft? What they need to hit on more? Maybe hit on one of them fives, one of them fifth-round picks?
Yeah,
Brian?
it'd be nice. It'd be nice if they get another Bland. It'd be nice if they, the healthy Bland.
Sure.
That, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, wait a minute, fifth round guy making the Pro Bowl? It'd be nice to get one of those guys.
Yeah.
Be nice to get we got an edge rusher here that got 6.5 sacks.
But Brian, it's an odd feeling.
It is an odd
I
feeling.
can't explain it. It's an odd feeling when the Cowboys spend $38 on some player that I thought was washed, and they straight. Yeah. It's a strange. Like, I remember, like J-Ron Curse. I didn't think J-Ron Curse was going to be
anything
good.
left.
I didn't think he was going to be good at all.
The people that coached him didn't think he had anything really left.
Boy, you hit on J-Ron Curse, and it could have been the coach, and I don't know. But you allegedly got a good coach over here, Brian. J-Ron, it's an odd feeling when you go, hey, look at J-Ron Curse. Look at Jadeveon Clowney leading us in sacks in 9 games or whatever the hell it was. You know what I'm saying? I think I would prefer free agency, Brian. I want them to. I want their bottom fish free agencies to work out more.
It's interesting because to me, free agency, when we have it and it doesn't work,
sure,
it hurts just as much as
it's a massive gap. It leaves a massive.
It hurts so much physically. Yeah. When you don't get that done.
Sure.
I always want to draft, but I do understand what free agency is. I think that they got the ability to go spend money, and I think they can identify how to go spend the money. I think they can. I just don't think they want to do it that way. But maybe this year, I'm banking on this year Voch being different.
I think
free agent. I think 82-year-old Jerry Jones he's hearing Cowboy Nation tell him, bro, hey. Every year that passes by, it's another championship not to be had, or divisional playoff game, or NFC championship games. I think Jerry Jones is here in Cowboy Nation. I really do.
Sure.
And he'll say, "Well, we don't listen to the fan."
I got Eberflus fired, Brian. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I got Eberflus fired.
I agree.
That's what I tell you.
That's what you're telling everybody.
Brian, we got the Doin Alright question of the day, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of touching on something that we mentioned earlier, but I kind of like the way that they put it there. When we're evaluating players, right?
Right.
Cowboys FC, I guess that's fan club.
Yeah.
At them boys FC. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Voch and Brian.
A football club.
Football club.
If we were a soccer team.
Yeah, it's probably what it is.
Yeah.
See, I'm from Natchez. I don't know nothing about it. how do you rate players who had a breakout season after a poor season? And the same, how do you rate a player that went from a terrible season to a phenomenal one?
Well, that's hard. Those are the hard ones. Those are the hard ones to do, because what happens is you want to believe that the player who had the terrible season or had the breakout season can absolutely do that again.
Sure.
I mean, how many times have we talked about, I think Fowler is a pretty good example of this, of a guy that has a really good season and then the next year he doesn't do as well.
Yeah, it happened to you, man. Yeah. Yeah.
And so you have to be a little bit, look at the corners they signed. Look at what they did with Diggs. You know, look
Sure.
at that situation. All of a sudden you have a kind of a big year, all Pro Bowl type season, and they sign you, and then you turn into an injured, non-responsive, really do you care about playing guy.
Sure.
So yeah, it's that part of it is, you know, you want to be able to test the guy. See, I think we're doing this right now with, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're doing it right now with Pickens.
You think Pickens is next year is going to be?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I think Dallas is like kind of in that mode right now where like they would be okay paying him between $28 and $30 million on a tag to see if he could do it one more time.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where I think they're more comfortable. Jerry hasn't in the past done that though. There's been some guys that have been extended that probably have not deserved to be extended, but the fact that they're willing to cut a deal with the Cowboys makes it easy for Jerry and Steven to get the deal done. But I do worry about the guy. That had the poor season. Or how about this? Had the great season and then had the poor season. I worry about that guy more than the opposite way.
What about in draft land? When we breaking down these players,
we're talking like
Mendoza.
DJ.
Mendoza has some weird ass years, and then he pops up as a guy. Joe Burrow has some time like that.
Yeah, well, we're talking about guys like T.J. Parker.
You know what?
We're talking about.
How about this, Brian? The Penn State running backs last year, those guys had some hype behind them, and this year is just like they may go into the fourth possibly.
I think a lot of it had to do with record too.
Yeah, Penn State.
And we were super high on.
Yeah.
We were super high on. I know I was on Nussmeier, my guy at LSU.
Yeah.
And he's done some good things in the Senior Bowl, but you know now we were talking about him as possibly a first round guy.
Sure.
You know, he's going to go to New Orleans at 9. You know, or whatever New Orleans pick is. I think it's 9.
Who's had a terrible this year that was good last year though?
I think New Orleans State. Okay, I'm not mine. I'm just sorry. I'm just talking to myself.
No, that's all good.
Who do you say again?
A terrible this year, but they was good last year. Do we have an example of that? And it ain't got to be this class, just like recently or something. I would say Caden Proctor was a little better last year, but I don't think he's terrible now. But if I see anybody have a terrible, how about this? Ollie Gordon last year.
Yeah, Ollie Gordon was
we handled that by just driving his ass down the board.
Yeah,
we just dropped Ollie Gordon.
It's like Ollie Gordon went from being a guy that you were considering probably maybe a first round guy to a guy that all of a sudden it's like just smashing massive holes in his game. He doesn't, but if he would have come out the year before,
he's
probably
ain't no telling what happened.
Yeah, he's probably okay.
Ain't no telling what would have happened. Damn,
but I will say this though too, like say I Garrett Nussmeier. Is a guy. I mean, I talk about him at LSU, but if he wouldn't have come back, there's probably some. How about all those quarterbacks that came back? How about Cade Klubnik?
I don't fool with them cats, man. You know,
but you know what I'm saying about being a guy that all of a sudden it's the hype, the Heisman hype.
That happens a lot with quarterbacks, probably. You know what I'm saying? But if it's me, I don't mind the one hit wonder.
Yeah.
In my mind, you just figured it out your last year, and you just going, you know what I'm saying? Like just continue that. I don't know. That's just me, but. Good questions, everybody.
Really good questions.
Appreciate y'all for tapping in with us on this Q&A edition of Doing All Right. We love y'all to pieces. Tomorrow we're gonna be we got some players.
Got some players tomorrow.
Got some players to break down.
Senior Bowl players tomorrow.
Hell yeah! This is gonna be I won't say our last, but our last batch of us intentionally studying Senior Bowl guys. Then we got a new batch coming. Tomorrow, for the 30th, on Friday, okay? Write this down. Derek Moore, defensive end from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
He out there whooping up on some folk.
Yeah.
Senior Bowl. Mike Trigg, the tight end from Baylor.
Oh, we're getting your favorites here now, aren't we?
I like both these guys. Chandler Rivers, did you see him?
Yes.
What round you got him?
We'll talk about him tomorrow.
Man, what round? Man, Chandler Rivers. Hey, dog. But positive or negative?
He's good.
Cool. We're going to talk about Chandler Rivers. Small ad. Smacking the hell out of people, though.
Smacking people.
Cornerback from Duke. We're going to break him down. And then Deion Burks, the wide receiver from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Interesting developments we have with those players. So y'all go watch them, and we're going to talk about them here tomorrow. We appreciate y'all. CrownGlobalMedia.com is where you find everything. Peep the merch on Bryan Broaddus. We're going to find a way to get some camo. Can I get some camo?
We'll work on that. We can always work on the Mississippi camo for you.
We're gonna work on some Mississippi camo there, but on the website, the merch is there. The links to all the socials is there. All the shows are there. So whatever you're looking for, the audio's there, or the platforms or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're looking for, you find it on CrownGlobalMedia.com. Appreciate y'all. That's Crown Global Media on Twitter until he gets Bryan Broaddus fixed.
We're trying.
And I'm Voch Lombardi. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. We love y'all to pieces. Stay safe. And, Crown.
Crown.